From the city of brotherly love and Citizens Bank Park, Tuesday baseball on the show. It's the San Francisco Giants taking on the Philadelphia Phillies. Hi, folks. John Shelby alongside Chris Singleton. Biggest storyline coming into this one. He's riding quite the hitting streak, Singy.
Been seeing the ball so well, Boog. One of the toughest outs in the league right now. It'll be interesting to see how they pitch to him today.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. Getting the nod on the mound, Aaron Nola. Base runners are tough to come by with him out there, Chris.
Yeah, this guy's been real stingy, man. Not allowing guys to play the game, just keeping them at home plate. I mean, just ridiculous. Sub-1 whip. I mean, he's dominating hitters, and a guy like this on the mound, one of the elite starters in the game right now.
All right, first pitch coming up. Jung-Hoo Lee getting ready to hit. On the ground to third. A sliding stop to first. Nicely done for the out. Now we take a peek at the Giants lineup. Well, this team has been winning a lot of games, and offense has been a huge part of that. Typically, you get good at bats top to bottom, Chris.
Well, this is a team that's hitting for a real high batting average, and we talk at times that hitting is contagious. Definitely seems to be the case. They've also got good approaches at the plate, and from top to bottom, hitters just aren't giving away at bats, and when you're doing that, it contributes to winning baseball.
Luis Arias, batting with one down, takes a strike. Base hit, left center field. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
You know, I was watching his rounds during batting practice today. So impressed with his ability to let the ball travel, go back up the middle and the other way. Sometimes when you step in the box during the game, you get a little anxious and you get away from that. But so far, I've seen him stay consistent with his pregame preparation.
That's a base hit. They fired in quickly. So it's first and second with only one away.
Good start for him to this ball game tonight. And I always talk about it. Get a knock in your first at bat. It just makes your confidence at such a higher level for the potential of having a big night.
Rafael Devers up to hit. Right now with more RBIs than anyone in the National League. In there at the knees, strike one. Batter challenges in a very big spot. And that one just barely missed. The call is overturned. Still two challenges left for them. Close, but called the ball. Ball two.
When you get ahead in the count, there's no doubt that the success rate goes up, and that's what he's been doing. It's made a big impact for him in recent games. Well, all eyes on the double play ball in this spot. No better way to get out of this inning.
2 on, 1 out. Base hit into the outfield. And they hold the runner at third, but the bases are loaded now with 1 out.
Now, just a nice job coming through in a pretty high leverage spot right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
Matt Chapman up to the plate now. 4th on the National League home run leaderboard. Fouls away the first offering. Swing and a pop-up. Reaches over the wall, and he's got it.
Man, he just couldn't lay off right there. Those high fastballs, they just look really good because they're high level, but they're just about impossible to get the barrel to.
Ramos at the plate now, and that's strike 1. Fouls away the first offering. All loaded up here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Foul ball still 0-2. Lifted in the air, left field, pretty well struck. And that's the 3rd out. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. And now here's the starter for San Francisco, Landon Root. And Chris, he's a guy that gets better when things get tough.
Yeah, his batting average against is actually better when he's in a jam. So we'll see if he continues to dance his way out of danger.
The 0-1.
Ball, that's outside.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. And he's there with a leadoff double.
Batting second.
Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
Alec Bohm in the box now. Takes strike 1. Fights that one away, and the count remains 0-2. Runner at second, nobody out. Foul ball, it stays 0-2.
Ball. Ball, that's
Really
up
good
there.
take, especially with 2 strikes.
Foul ball left side, he'll see another. Man at second. Goes down swinging for the strikeout. He didn't make it easy for him on the mound, but they still get the strikeout. And time now for the Phillies lineup. Not a team that usually sees a lot of pitches or works a ton of walks, Chris. They take a more aggressive approach than some of the other teams in the league.
They've got some free swingers, don't they? It's a great approach with pitches over the plate, but when the pitcher expands the zone, it just doesn't work. They need to draw more walks to get runners on base. Tough to take a 2-strike changeup that just missed. They get frozen.
Ball.
Foul ball, another 2-2 upcoming. 1 out and a runner at second. Three-two now.
That's just out.
3, and that's 2 in a row. Didn't seem like that one found the zone. Here's a challenge. And they don't come much closer, but it was a ball. So they've still got both their challenges. Trey Turner now.
The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
1 out. Runners at first and second.
Could be some action here on this next pitch. Couple runners on. Probably a challenge pitch coming.
2-2 down. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Here comes the runner. Here comes the throw. Safe. On the board first. It's 1-0. First and second, 1 out. And here is Sosa to the plate. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. Here comes Schwarber around third. Fires it to the plate, but it's offline. And they lead by 2.
Comes through with the RBI. I know that was a ground ball, but it was absolutely hammered through the infield. That's not one you're excited to get.
Swing and a ball popped in the air. That's a base hit. Run scores. The relay to third. He's in there.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
The 0-2. Swings and misses. Struck him out. Adolis Garcia stands in for the Phillies. Yeah, that's fouled off. Laboring here. About to throw his 30th pitch of the inning.
That's a ball.
That one at 95 missed up top. And that's ball 2. A little bit low.
Damn.
Fouls one away, and now 3-2.
3-2, 2 out, runner on first. A lot of movement in the infield. Hitter's got to stay focused on the pitch.
Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. 2 on, 2 outs. Got him swinging for the K. They limit the damage here. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. We move on to inning number 2. Top of the second, digging in, Bryce Eldridge.
A 3-0 lead is great, but you can't get too comfortable. Got to stay aggressive, keep attacking hitters, try to cruise through this ball game.
The 1-1. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Now a jump throw. It's there, and that's a great play. So here's Bader now.
The center fielder, number 9, Harrison Bader.
Bader working through some struggles lately. In the air, left field. And there are 2 outs. Patrick Bailey, the next Giant to hit.
Really strong hitting performance recently. Batting average this month over 400.
Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So the 2-out knock extends the inning and sends them back to the top of the order. Back to the leadoff spot in the Giants lineup. Jung-Hoo Lee digs in now. On a line. Grabs it on the run. And that'll do it. Back here in Philadelphia, bottom of the second. Otto Kemp stands in for the Phillies. On the ground to first. And it's through for a hit. And a good start to the inning. So the Philly batting order turns over. Brandon Marsh now at the plate. Hey. Ground ball right side to Adames. That's 1 and 2. What a play. Base is empty after the double play. Alec Bohm will hit next. Just missed.
Ball one.
Challenge from behind the dish here. So the call stands. So they'll lose their first challenge. 2 down, nobody on.
Hey!
That's in there at the knees, and it's strike 2. Keeps the at-bat going with a foul ball. Here's a 1-2. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. He's notched 4 strikeouts. Back here at the ballpark, coming off a series where they were red hot at the plate. And a look at the numbers. Arise, the leadoff batter, as he looks at ball 1. Makes the catch, 1 down.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting the line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
Adames swings through that one as he comes to the plate for the second time today. It's softly on the ground to third. Sosa slinging it to first in time. 2 down, base is empty, and it's Rafael Devers in the box. No question about this one. It's out of here. Rafael Devers rounds the bases. His 18th home run of the season, and they're on the scoreboard. It's 3-1.
He's going to the plate with a ton of confidence lately, and he's getting the results to back it up. No doubt, those two things feed off one another. That one was a hanger, and pitchers typically don't get away with making a mistake like that. And right there, he made him pay.
Now Matt Chapman at the plate.
No hits yet for one of the hottest hitters in the league, Boog, but a lot of game left to extend that hitting streak.
And a foul ball. 2 down, nobody on. Nice grab. Throw to first, and that's a nice play to end the inning. It's a run for the Giants on the solo blast. It's now a 3-1 ball game. As we go to the last of the third. So here's the Phillies DH, Kyle Schwarber. Fouled off left side.
You know, these Phils showing great discipline at the plate, and patience definitely seems to be the name of their game in this one. It's not just the 3 runs they've already scored. On top of that, they forced this starter to throw more pitches than he wanted to at this point of the game.
Just missed.
And that pitch count is impactful because if they can keep making him work hard out there, it may force the bullpen to get involved a little sooner rather than later.
That one misses. So a leadoff walk.
What a battle. It's not always easy laying off a 3-2 pitch, and I tell you what, he earned that walk.
Grounds one to short. Adames. They take the force out as they pass up the chance at the double play.
Good that they weren't overzealous there. Just take the sure out, keep the run out of scoring position.
Sosa at the plate for the second time as he takes ball 1. And there's a foul ball.
So glad these ballparks have installed the netting to protect the fans, keep things safer all around the league.
And here's a challenge. That looked like it missed to me. Barely a hair out of the zone, but it was a ball. They'll keep both their challenges. 2-1 now. Grounded to third. Could be two. Arias has it for one. And they bounce into two already. This one ends the third. So they go quietly there. On to inning number 4. It's the Phillies 3 and the Giants 1. Welcome back. Let's check out what's been happening of late. Really been playing well.
Ramos.
Well, these Giants just lacking discipline at the plate in this ball game. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
Diving, makes the grab. What a play. Bryce Eldridge, the next Giant to hit. He's 0 for 1. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. And that'll bring the tying run to the plate. And now Bader up to the plate. Fly to left his first time. 0-1.
Back-to-back breaking pitches away, you get the feeling as a hitter that the pitcher's afraid of you, that he doesn't want to challenge you. So I think the confidence.
Runner on the goal. And a foul ball. The 2-2 now. Ripped on a line to center. He dives, but he can't make the catch. Marsh quickly gets it back in. Lead runner holds at second base. First and second with one down. First and second, one out. Patrick Bailey, the next to hit. That one almost got him. Tying run is at first. Top half of inning number 4. Ripped to third and caught.
That at bat is a positive sign, even though it probably doesn't feel like it. He hit the ball hard, but it doesn't always work out in your favor. Sometimes a defender is there to make a play.
To the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. Back here at the ballpark, let's check out the latest news from around the league. First pitch, and he just misses. Called strike, a sinker at the bottom of the zone. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. So a runner aboard to start the inning. And up to the plate is JT Realmuto. In the air to left center. He's got it. One down.
Up next for the Phillies.
One out man at first. And now Adolis Garcia.
Hey.
It's through for a hit. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out. At the plate, Otto Kemp.
Hey.
Swing and a ball lifted in the air. Shallow right field. 2 down.
Up next for the
So
Phillies.
back to the top of the order. Brandon Marsh steps to the plate. Just missed. Up the middle. Base hit. Headed for the plate. He'll score easily, and they take a 3-run lead. And now it's Alec Bohm, who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. That's a strike, and he inches closer to getting out of the jam. On the ground, right side. Arise over to first, and that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. So 1 run in the inning on this base hit. It's now 4-1. This is Giants baseball on the show NorCal. Back at Citizens Bank Park, we go to the top of the 5th. Luis Arise stands in. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, these Giants doing a good job of putting the ball into play, and that makes things more challenging on the defensive side. They have yet to strike out, and they're averaging more than a hit per inning. That's a great recipe for success right there.
Here's the 0-2. Swing and a ground ball. Throws to first in time. Willie Adames stands in. 1 for 2.
Willie Adames.
Here's a swing and a line drive, and that's a base hit into right field. So a man aboard now with 1 away. And here is Devers. He's already homered in this game. This one chopped on the ground, but foul. What a stop. Acrobatic throw for 1. Double play. What a twin killing. Welcome back as we take a look at how today's starting pitchers have fared so far.
Now pitching for San Francisco, number 60, Hayden.
Just off the inside edge.
Well, these Phillies really impressing me with the quality of their at-bats in this one. It's been fun getting a chance to see them go to work. It looked to me like they really wanted to get to the starter early, get him out of the game before he settles in. So I'd say mission accomplished.
Throw to first in time. Here's Turner now. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2.
No need to offer at that pitch until you get to 2 strikes. It's just a low percentage of success when you want to try to go after that down and away pitch.
Outside, that's a ball.
Base hit center field. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Up next for the Phillies.
And now for the Phillies, Edmundo Sosa. That one fouled off. Slow roller to first, and that's a foul ball. Turner at first, 1 gone. Fouls it back with 2 strikes.
Ball 1.
Swings and misses. He battled for a long time, but it finishes with a strikeout. You can't be mad at yourself after an at-bat like that one. Stop. In the box again. Takes a strike. And Chris, his home run numbers this season are good enough to rank him in the top 10 in the league. Stop. Wants to challenge this. Thought it was a ball. Good eye at the plate. They'll overturn the call. Still 2 challenges left for them. Now there's a bullet down the line. And foul ball. Got him looking. That's a strikeout. Phillies strand 1, but they lead it 4-1. Back Back at the ballpark, let's take a look at some of the moments that stand out to us. And here is Matt Chapman. Chapman gets a piece there. Comes up empty. That's strike two.
Quickly in an 0-2 count, you've got to figure out a way to shorten your path to the baseball. Put it in play somewhere, then you got a chance.
That one laced to center and a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single. Not sure if too many people have been paying attention to it quite yet, Siggy, but that extends his hit streak to 11 now.
Well, I know he knows about it, even if a lot of our viewers don't. And this is when it's clear it's no fluke. 11 games in a row. Man, that's when even the hitting coach starts to leave you alone. You're going so good that nobody.
Runner takes off. Pitch misses. Throw to second. On a bounce. Safe.
Well, with that kind of elite arm he has behind the plate, man, it's a pretty big deal when you can swipe it back against this dude. Maybe more than anything, it prevents teams from just testing him, thinking that they can even steal a base. But right here, they successfully moved that runner up to scoring position. Good job.
Man at second. This one in the air, center field. Marsh on the move and makes the grab. Runner tags at second. He makes it to third. Good base running to move up with only one out. And now Bryce Eldridge. Laser to the gap, should score the run. Chapman scores, and they cut the lead to 2. Pulls into second. That's an RBI double.
Well done. Narrows the deficit with the RBI there. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
1 out. Runner at second. Harrison Bader digs in now. On the ground. Sosa fires to first in time.
Well, there's a lot riding on that at bat right there. Nice job of the pitcher to bear down, make the pitch, get the ground ball. Excellent piece of work.
And that one fouled off.
Pretty frugal guy. He is very efficient with the pitch count in this one.
Man on second, 2 down. Foul ball there.
Oh, one.
That one back up the middle, and it gets through. Rounds third, headed for the plate. In there safely. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or two behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
Manager out of the Jose Alvarado gets handed the rock out of the pen.
Pretty big spot he's coming into, trying to strand that runner at second base. So he's going to need to make some quality pitches. He does have first open if he needs to use it.
Back to the top of the order, Jung-Hoo Lee getting ready to hit. 0 for 3 in this one. There's a strike. Chop back up the middle. Turner fires to first on the run, and very nicely done. Back here in Philadelphia, ready to go for the last half of the inning.
Really important time for a shutdown inning. The last thing they want to do is give up the runs they just scored. Man, that'll steal the momentum. They're hoping to make quick work of this half inning.
Late on that fastball. And he grounds one to the right side. Arise. Slings to first in time. In steps Adolis Garcia, also known as El Bombi.
Garcia.
Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. Up the middle, and it finds its way through for a hit. And that's a 1-out single.
Couple of hits in a row for him here. Really nice job staying up the middle with his approach. He didn't try to do too much with the pitch, just shot it through the infield.
Kemp up for the third time here, watches that one miss.
When you throw a fastball by a guy like that, I imagine it's got to feel incredible. Look for him to throw it again at some point.
Late swing fouled off. 1-run game, 1 out, 1 on. In the dirt. Now all even up. And that just misses. Fights it off. He'll see another.
Really great change of speeds. He goes off the off speed to the fastball, and the hitter doesn't know what's coming next.
2 down. Third time through the order now. Here's the center fielder, Brandon Marsh, in there at the knees for a strike. And that's in for a strike. And it's 0-2. Got him. Outside pitch got the better of him that time. 1 left for Philadelphia, and it remains a 4-3 game. Back here in Philadelphia, now the number 2 hitter, Luis Arias. And that one fouled off. Looking to get the tying run on base. Popped up, foul territory behind the plate. And there's 1 down. Willie Adames, the next Giant to hit. Base hit, and that puts the tying run on base. Devers now. He's already homered here in this one.
If you're a base runner, you've got to stay dialed in here. Look for anything in the dirt. Try your best to get in the scoring position.
Fought off foul.
So now it's all about protect mode. Try to shorten up. Try to track the ball. Block it if you have to, as far as just a late swing that maybe you're not sure about.
Runner on the go. Got him swinging. Real easy throws, not in time. It's a stolen base. And the tying run is now in scoring position. And the Phillies. So out of the pen comes the right-hander, Brad Keller. He has a great slider with tons of movement. Now it's Matt Chapman.
Some impressive numbers coming in, and he's continued to produce today, Boog. I guess that's why we featured him at the top of the broadcast. Hit streak just chugging along.
Got it started a little too early. Strike 1. Stirring in the Phillies bullpen, Joan Duran. The closer is getting loose. Throw to second, safe. So the tying run at second. Swing and a miss as he chases that one darting out of the zone. Gets a piece there. We'll do it again. Runner edges away at second. Knocks that one away, and we'll do it again. One, two now. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That's got a chance. Can't get there, and that should bring in the run. In comes the run from second to second. Pulls him off the bag. A perfect example right there. That plate discipline, it pays off.
The deeper he gets into a count, the more comfortable he becomes, and he usually wins the battle.
Here's Elliot Ramos. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. And that's the 3rd out. Giants get a run on the RBI double. 7th inning stretch time. You're watching San Francisco Giants baseball on the show NorCal. Welcome back. Taking a look at our game summary.
The first baseman, Alex Bohm.
Fastball for a strike at 95.
Nope.
And there's 1 down.
Great swing of the bat right there, trying to get on as that go-ahead run. He just wasn't able to find a hole.
Schwarber in the box here and fouls it off for strike 1. Tied at 4. That one outside.
That pitch is out.
And the count even 1-1. Swings and misses. It's a strikeout. And that's 4 strikeouts.
Finished him off by blowing it by him up high, but they did a really nice job of setting that pitch up. The plan of attack early on was to keep everything down around the knees. So that was a good call to change his eye level and run it by him for the K.
This one popped up. Adames has a beat on it. And that is that. Back here, Citizens Bank Park. We're at the top of the 8th. Bryce Eldridge now at the plate. Some bullpen action for Philadelphia. Joan Duran, a right-hander with big strikeout stuff, is getting it fired up. McCandley also throwing.
Made a bid for a nice opposite field double down the line. Beautiful swing, but nothing you can do about the result. Third basemen are just used to handling hot shots like that.
Ripped to right. And there's 2 away.
Good piece of hitting right there. Nice hard line drive to the outfield. You're trying to get on base, represent that go-ahead run. Can't hang your head on that at all.
Bailey in the box as he fouls off the first pitch. 2 down, nobody on. And we're in the top of the 8th. Got the bat going too soon. It's strike 2. On the ground, right side. And it's a 1-2-3 inning. Back at Citizens Bank Park, bottom of the 8th. Edmundo Sosa stands in for the Phillies. And he can't come up with it. Gets off a throw. Save. It was never going to be easy after the misplay. Go ahead run on base. Bryson Stott will hit next. This one popped up. Bailey settles under it. 1 away.
Good hard fastball up in the zone right there. They look really good coming in, but so hard to get on top of as a hitter.
Real Muto at the plate now, and that's strike 1. Tied at 4. Out towards right center field. Lee on the move to the alley. Brings it in.
Up next for the Phillies.
So up next, Adolis Garcia.
Ball, that's out.
Just
Ball, that's
missed.
outside.
Really been able to slow down the game tonight with his at-bats, and the biggest one he's had so far, he doesn't look anxious at all.
Two gone. The possible go-ahead run at first. Oh, can't pick it up cleanly. Still able to fire over. Misplay doesn't cost him. Inning. All set to start the ninth in this one. Now it's the Giants leadoff hitter, Jung-Hoo Lee. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. Jumps, throws, and they get the out. Big play there to get the leadoff man. Luis Arias, the next Giant to hit. Lined, and that's a base hit. So the go-ahead run is on base with a knock.
He made that look easy, keeping his bat in the zone on plane for a long time. That leads to a high contact rate and more barrels, Boog. Even when you don't get it great, it's still hit hard enough to dunk something in like that in front of the center fielder.
Stepping in, Willie Adames. And fouled off. Tied at 4. Swing and a miss. Struck him out.
That's about as nasty of a splitter as you'll come across, especially in terms of movement. I mean, that thing tumbles out of his hand and just drops off the table at the last moment. If he keeps it down, it's just so tough to put wood on.
Devers at the plate with 2 away, swings through that one.
Well, so many hard-throwing relievers in the game these days, you would think that hitters have made the adjustment, but I don't know if you ever get used to it. Just pumping gas out of the bullpen, so hard to play catch-up.
Yeah, that's fouled off. The Giants with the go-ahead run at first here at the top of the ninth.
Well, triple digits on the gun. I know there are more pitchers that can reach that now than in the past, but it's still impressive to watch.
Hacks and misses. It's a strikeout.
Now pitching for
back now as they hand the ball to a fresh arm to start the bottom of the ninth. Eric Miller.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
Leadoff knock puts the winning run on base. And now it's going to be Brandon Marsh. In there at the knees. And that's in for a strike.
It's a tough pitch, but in terms of the best pitch you're going to get to hit in the at-bat.
Got him swinging for the strikeout.
Just blown away in that at-bat. 3 fastballs, all strikes. He wasn't even able to foul one off. There's not much you can take away from an at-bat like that as a hitter, other than maybe there's something wrong with your eyes. Got to have better timing on the fastball next time.
On the ground right side, 4, 6, 3. It's a double play, and that'll do it for the inning. Back here in Philadelphia, on to extra innings. Matt Chapman digs in now. He swings and misses at the first pitch. 0-1. Chapman gets a piece there. Duran checks the runner. Devers dives back in safely.
He's fallen behind in a huge spot, Boo. Got to do what it takes to come through. Maybe choke up on the bat a little bit, spread out those feet, whatever it takes.
Cuts and misses. It's a strikeout. Go ahead run on base. Elliot Ramos, the next Giant to hit. Inside move to second, and he's back safely. Hard hit, but right at him and left.
Man, that's one of those at-bats where you have to remind yourself.
for the Phillies.
Here's the new pitcher for the Phillies, Zach McCambley. Here's a high chopper, but it kicks foul. 2 down, go ahead run in scoring position. And there's a ball.
That's off the plate.
Swings through that one for strike 2.
Definitely got the hitter conscious of the pitch inside. Really think the outer half is open.
Swing and a high fly ball left field. Kent on his way over. And that's the 3rd out. Back here in Philadelphia, on to the bottom of the 10th. Kyle Schwarber stands in for the Phillies. Schwarber thought that one missed, and here comes a challenge.
2-0 count to a guy with this much pop at the dish. You better expect him to be turning on something. It's going to either get hit hard to the pull side, or the fans better look out in the stands.
This guy's got good power. With one swing, he can win it for him. In the dirt, no advance, 3 balls and a strike. The 3-1. Ground ball, and that's through the infield. Here comes Bohm around 3rd. The winning run crosses the plate, and the Phillies walk it off in extra innings. Close one here.